Okay friends, I'm just getting ready to do my nails. It is past due. I'm going to be trying this reflective powder and just using a very dark blue base. I'm going to be pairing a couple of plates together. So the new one from Mineology and then one I picked up a while back. Thought those would be pretty together as kind of like a 4th of July nail. I've also got another set I'm going to be doing on my nail tips, but I wanted to do something for my own nails, so that's what we're about to do now. Okay, so this is the completed look we have done with the stamping with powder, and I've applied a cuticle oil. So I'm in the middle of doing a playback to make sure everything went okay, and thankfully I have, because it did not. There are a few sections of the video that the audio is messed up. I don't know what happened, so I am in the middle of trying to add some text box into it to get it ready to upload. Okay, I got the text added into the video where it got messed up. Got that uploaded. Some other things had come up, so I am super behind on getting a walk-in today, but I already planned that I was going to, and also I already had my stuff on to go, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. But I decided because of that I'm just gonna do the neighborhood instead of driving somewhere and not getting the time in, or the extra time. So these are the nails I did. I know you cannot see that good. It typically wants to pick up what's around versus like if I put something I'd have to I guess do it a specific way to get it to pick up what I'm trying to show you. Do you feel like time really gets away from you? I feel like it's like all the time. I feel like that like every day. I don't know what happens. Oh, look at the little bird was getting some water. Are you gonna do anything for 4th of July? I don't plan to, because when they do it in town, it gets way too crowded, and the parking it's crazy and just becomes a whole thing. And also, I mean, they're real pretty to look at, but the noise, that part I don't like. And like, we're not supposed to have them in town, but you know, of course people will do them, and you don't ever, because they'll do it before and after too, like the days leading up and after, and I don't know when it will happen, and it's so unexpected, it startles the crap out of me, and I'll think that it's a pew-pew. I hate that. And sometimes we've had them like fly over like around our house area, and it had landed on, well, one year landed on a roof of a little thing we had, and I mean, it was thankfully okay. We didn't even notice it until the next day we found the thing, the leftover portion of it. I was like, it's not good. So yeah, I guess I don't know yet. Maybe I'll make a plan to do something else. That's what I should. I should do something like, wouldn't mind like a evening picnic. I mean, I've been doing, oh gosh, there I go again, getting startled. I walked right beside this air conditioner vent thing, and it was loud when it turned on. It startled me. I guess part of that is my anxiety, but goodness, sometimes I'm a bit too jumpy. Oh, I know what I was going to say was, I feel like I've been doing overall better on trying to want to be outdoors a bit more. The problem still remains, though, with the heat and the mosquitoes. Man, if it wasn't for that. And if you don't got one, you got the other. I guess if I had to choose, honestly, I'd have to pick the heat over mosquitoes, because when they get me, it's a whole thing, and I get reactions from them worse than like your normal bite, and that just automatically sends me indoors. So I don't know, is there a place where those don't exist? I had to pause, you guys. That was a really loud vehicle. There's this little tiny creek up in here, but it's not very pretty. People throwing crap in there. Wish things could just be left nice and clean and pretty. It's actually not too bad right now weather-wise. I was in my own yard earlier, and the mosquitoes, gosh, I don't know, they must know that I'm there, because they're just determined that that's where they're going to be. But heat-wise, it's nice, but of course, I'm way late on getting the walk in anyway, so that could be why. I'm also trying to tilt the phone up a bit more for you, instead of having you guys looking at the ground the whole time. I've come up in a little bit of a different way this time. They're all in neighborhoods, but this one's got just a different way to take. Sometimes I avoid them because, like, I love animals, I love dogs, but sometimes if I know where big dogs are, I'll just avoid it, just because I know they'll bark since I'm filming. But when we did the last walk and talk at that dog park, there was what do you call them? Shepherd? Am I saying that right? Oh my goodness, I'm so blank. But anyway, and it come charging at the gate, barking at me, and it actually did startle me. So I can see why people would be anxious with dogs, even though I love them. But even the tiny dogs, even if they're all bark, it can be, it can make you nervous, because you don't know how they'll react. Even if they're not going to do anything, you don't know that. Like, I have tiny dogs, but they're little barkers. Something about them tiny ones, they like to yap. Including, like Chihuahuas. The little things are feisty. So I could see why people would be nervous, even like that. I need to look and see if there's is there a mosquito lotion repellent that doesn't give off that anti-bug vibe? I don't like the feel of the sprays, and honestly, a lot of times they don't even hardly do anything. And the candles, for me, they aren't worth the darn. Okay, I'm an idiot. It took me 15 minutes for it to get to my brain. It was a German Shepherd. That's what I was trying to say. I was like, what the world? I kept trying to say Good Shepherd. I was like, that ain't it. What is... But I know I have a family friend. They have one. And she's a big girl. But she's just a big baby. Prayers up. There's another life flight. Yeah, I had told you that I've been trying to do good on not getting so many plates, and darn it, here lately I've seen there's been some new releases of different brands with plates I want, and the problem's been that because I always like to get like a couple, it's just to make me feel like I'm getting the shipping's money's worth. But these in particular, I've only wanted one, and it's ones that they don't typically keep as many in. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I was bad, and I did it, and I got two that I'm waiting for. And then noticed that on Miniology, one of their anniversary plates, as I was trying to say, one of those are out of stock. I had picked it up, and wasn't long after it went out of stock. Because it was the only one I was most drawn to. And they also there's another one they got, a flower one. It's been out of stock for a minute. I don't know, I feel like things stay out of stock longer than they used to, or go out of stock longer than they used to. Okay, now that I'm walking, now I can feel that it's muggy. But that's normal, just because I'm walking. The only thing with walking in the neighborhood is having to watch for the traffic. Like right up in here, look at these water bottles. And you know what? There's a trash can right over there. I know, I'm sorry, I sound like a Karen. Really not trying to. It's just, to me it's just little things. I try to not throw things out if I don't need to. I mean, I don't. I'll like even in my car, I'll just keep it in my car until I get home, or see a trash can. Also, I've been finding it so funny in my walk and talks, because the sun's typically, out. My shadow makes me look like I'm really tall. I'm like, okay, because I'm only 5'1". It's funny how it distorts things so much. One of the things, like my last walk and talk was, I don't know what happened to that audio either. There was a portion that I could hear everything around us on it except what I was saying. I was like, what in the world? So I had ended up cutting that out. But one of the things I was talking about was, I think it'd be so fun, like if I had land and the money to do all the things, to get a four-wheeler and go ride on it. Your sis would actually like to go mudding. I know, right? Who is she? I don't know. She doesn't come out a whole lot. But I think that'd be fun. I would do best with something that had 4 wheels versus 2 wheels. Try to sit on a couple of bikes and like motorcycles. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm too short. I'd have to have a little kid one. I had went on a motorcycle ride yesterday, but with my son was on his and my husband was on his, so I was with him, and I guess I need to be in the mood for it. I don't mind it, but I prefer like just a chill drive. I don't want to go fast or anything, but it is hard to enjoy it with my son, because I worry. It is scary. If you're a mom, you get it. But I got to see, went through the country area. That was nice. Other than the worrying. And then sometimes I'll get paranoid. I'm like, oh, what if we hit this rock, and then what would I do? I always try to have a plan on what I'll do if certain scenarios happen. Are you like that? I thought I was going to be good on my time. Now I'm wondering if it may end up being dark by the time I get back. We're on that big hill. Promise it's bigger in person than it is on camera. I'm working thighs areas. Those pretty flowers. I think those white ones, pretty sure those are the ones in this area that are poisonous. There's honeysuckle. You're not supposed to touch them. But thorn, something thorn. But yeah, if you didn't know it, at least here you can touch it and it'll, just from touching it, you'll have to go to the doctor. Like, that's scary. I love the smell of honeysuckle. There's some white ones and yellow ones. Pretty. Looks like some deep pink ones too, but maybe those are something else. But yeah, I always thought that was baby's breath, and it's so crazy because I never picked them, but I think about it a little bit. But wasn't long after that, I saw that they are poisonous. I got it, some kind of notification on my phone. So I had to make sure I told my family, especially my daughter, because she was like, oh my gosh, I was going to pick those the other day. I'm like, well, I'm glad you didn't. Make sure you know what you're touching before you touch it, friends, because the story I read was, of course, she didn't know and picked the flower, and it was on her hands, and it started making her feel sick and get numb or whatever. I don't even remember what all it did, but she had to go to the ER. And they found out it was from that. So although it looks so pretty, it may not be pretty to touch. I do apologize. I'm actually a lot quieter today than I typically am. I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. Usually I'm rambling. Have a lot of things to chat about. But I'm more quiet today. Also, a lot of times I'll be talking about things that, are on my mind or I'm thinking about, which walking a lot of times brings my thinking out, which I'm always thinking anyway, but just life things or anything that I think somebody can relate to or can, maybe wants to hear about or, that can understand, a certain subject, for themselves. So I do talk about a lot of random things. I realize everybody don't want to hear it all, but I don't know. I think it's good to just have like some of that venting time as well. Here I am walking, looking at trees, thinking of nail art. There's that one random tree that would be perfect for Halloween. Then you have these other ones that are green, the different tones. Some yellow you could add. Sometimes I wonder, because I mentioned I dabbled before in doing like painting, like like on a canvas, and pretty much just kind of let that go and gave up on that. But now I wonder, with nail stamping, have I improved any? Would I be able to do it better now? You guys ever think about that? Because you are working with a tiny canvas, you're just doing it on something smaller. It'd be kind of interesting to see. I think maybe by now, maybe I can get my trees down better. I need to test it out sometime. Because they're not a lot different, just the size of the canvas. Clouds, okay, maybe I can get my clouds better now. It does make me wonder if there's anything that I'd be able to do now that I wasn't good at before. Do any of y'all paint? Also, like, what all do you do on your free time? Like, if you're not doing nails or haven't attended anything, do you watch TV, videos? Do you go places? What's some fun places you go to? Fun things you do? Keep trying to think of different things, but I don't know. Because, you know, again, some of the things you do got to have the money to do. Like, if you're going to go shopping, something like that. Now, of course, you can window shop, but I don't know. I prefer to buy something if I'm going to shop. Also with the lakes, like, I do like to go. I would like to go, but I don't really like the water. You know, it says, well, first of all, in ours you can't see through it. It's more murky. And then it's got the moss. Oh, I hate that feeling of the moss. Or if something touches you, you don't know what touched you. But I would go and just like lay out on the beach area, sit out there. That would be a fun picnic time. Because if I'm going to swim, I want to swim where I can see what's going on, what's around me. Because I did one time, I don't know, I guess it's been, I guess a year or two, maybe two. Gosh, I don't even know. I did swim at the lake and something did touch me. I just don't know what it was, but it did make me quite uncomfortable. Because sometimes you'll hear that there's some of the lakes do have alligators. Not that, and they really weren't, you know, typically they're more in like Louisiana, that sort of a thing, I guess in Florida, but not here. But over the years I hear of them more and more. I'm like, oh, that'd be great to come across one when I'm swimming. So I definitely prefer what I can see. I got this big gravel bump in the road. I guess they tried to patch something. And at one point they had some cones there, and then they keep taking them away. Well, if you don't know it's there, you're like going, might jack up your car. I forgot one day that it was there, and I hit it harder than I would have liked to. There's another area, it's got the same thing, but they seem like they keep the cones more so with that one. Like, it's not good to go messing up somebody's tire or their car with that. I don't know why they took the cones away. I can see some of the lightning bugs are out. See, hopefully y'all can see them. I only catch them here and there. I mean, I did pretty good. I'm close to home. So by the time I get there, it'll be dark. I like at the park they do got lights out, so if you're walking, at least you can get to your vehicle. We're back to that creek. You can hear the water. Ooh, it's all dark up in there. Creepy. Yeah, I didn't notice at the time whenever I do my walk and talks, sometimes you could, whatever, what are those, locusts, crickets, whatever's making all the noises in the background, I didn't realize they were, I mean, I can hear them be loud, but I didn't know they were kind of almost louder than I am. So I need to try to see if I can make that part of the audio go down and me go up. Unless y'all prefer that. But sometimes I talk softer, and so I don't know if you can hear me too well when they are loud. Okay, friends, it is almost dark, and there's been a lot of traffic still, so I'm going to try to get back home. I'll end it here. Appreciate you so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, have a blessed day. Bye.